A very good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
How was the talk?
It was good. It was
So you all
about
enjoyed. So yes, ma'am. Okay. So you're all refreshed, and we can start with the class today. Have I shared my paint file with you?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. In the last class, we saw how to convert the given mathematical problem, how to convert the verbal statement that was given for us into a mathematical model. So we know how to enter into the supply units, we know how to enter the demand, we know how to make sure our initial inventory has to be included, and we have given the details for regular, overtime, and subcontract. All those details we have filled, and we have made a table of this format, right? So any doubts here? Is there any doubts here you all have? Is there any doubts here you have? Students, is there any doubts here? Yes or no? Shall I proceed?
No, ma'am.
No. So we'll continue with the allocation part. Okay. So when we will start with the allocation. Now we need to start doing the allocations. We know that the initial inventory was 25, right? So the initial inventory that has been allocated was 25. So I have to start with this allocation, but the demand is 125. So first we will start doing the allocation for period A. I'll use a different color. We'll start with the period A. So first we'll start with the allocation of 25, right? So I will enter 25 here. Okay. Next, just a second. So we will start allocating first 25 here. Okay. Next, we have in the regular inventory, we have to allocate the capacity is 70, but the demand is 150, right? So 150 in 150, if you remove 25, how much you will have? Can
Ma'am,
somebody tell me?
are you sharing something?
I've not shared my paint file with you.
No, ma'am, it's not visible.
One second. That's the reason I asked you all. This initial available initial inventory has to be 25. So that allocations have done here. So the initial inventory need to be 25. So I have allocated here. Is it visible now? Can everybody see?
Yes, ma'am.
Now next capacity is 70, but you can go up to a demand of 150. So I can allocate, how much is that I can allocate here? How much is that I can allocate here? I can go up to 150. I can go with the allocations up to 150. 70 plus 25 is 95. So 70 plus 25 is 95. So I can still do the allocation in period A, right? So in 150, if 75, if 95 goes, how much we will have?
55.
We will have 55 here. So in 55, again, I can allocate another how much? I will allocate 15 because the capacity is only 15 here. I cannot do more allocations here. In 55, if you remove 15, how much you'll have? 40. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You'll have 40 here. Now I'm going to allocate the leftover 40 here. Although the capacity is required is 750, you have used only 40 here. In 750, 40 goes. How much will be unused?
710.
710. Any doubts here? We are just going to allocate the resources based on the demand and capacity. The first our initial inventory is given as 25. We need to maintain that. So I'm allocating here because in the statement of the problem only they have given us the initial inventory should be 25. So I'm allocating 25. Next for regular, the capacity is 70. I've allocated 70 and make sure that it does not cross 150. 70 plus 25 is only 95. In 150, 95 goes, you left over with 55. So again, you can still go with the allocations. Next, you're going to allocate 15. In 55, if 15 goes, you're left over with 40. Next, you know, although your capacity is 750, you have only 40 is the demand. So you're going to allocate 40 and 710 will be kept as unused. Any doubts here? Any doubts here? Shall I continue? Any doubts here? Okay, so we'll continue with the period B now. In the period B, the demand is only 75, but if you see there is a huge amount of values here. So first I will go with the allocation of 65 here. Okay, so this is nullified. So in 75, 50, 65 goes, how much will be left over? 10, correct? Yes or no? Yes or no, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Then next, I'm going with the allocations. Your capacity is 20, but you have the demand only for 10. So I will allocate 10. That means your demand is nullified. It is almost empty here, but you have an unused item of 10 here. When I go back to the next period, I can start doing the allocations here. So this has been, the demand has been nullified here. It's almost empty here. So I need not do any allocations here. 65 plus 10 is 75. If you add all this, you got 150. So I'm going to go with the period C's allocations here. In the period C's allocations, if you see, you have 75 here, right? So 75 I'm going to allocate here. 80 I have. So how much another is left over I can allocate here?
5.
5. So this is also balanced. In this, I'll be left over with 20. Okay. So in this component, I forgot to enter how much is unused now. 1000 right now, but there is also 10. I'll try to allocate here somewhere because 125 is a huge amount. So we'll try to allocate there. So I'll keep this 10 and 20 as it is. This 1250 is also unused. So I'm going to put it here. Let me see if I can allocate this 20 also somewhere here. If not, I have to add it up in the unused part here. Right. So next we will go with the period D's allocation. Now in the period D's allocation, first I will utilize this 10. 125 is a big number, so I will first allocate the 10 value here. Now 10 and 10 is got balanced. Okay. Next is 20. I will start allocating here 20. So 20, 20 is gone. In 125, if you remove 30, how much you'll have? 120. 110, I think. So how much you'll have? First, I'll finish this and then we'll, with the leftovers, we'll try to fill here. So first we will allocate here. How much I can allocate here? I will allocate 80. Then next you have 30. 80 plus 30 is 110. So how much is remaining? In 125, if you remove 110, how much you'll have?
15.
You'll have 15. So this 15, I'll try to fit in this gap somewhere, okay? So this 15, I'll try to fill it here. So this 15, I will first fill 10 here. So I'm left over with 5 now. This 5 I can still remove. I can allocate here. So I'll allocate here. So this has been, the total demand has been completely allocated, right? Now this unused part, I'm going to write it wherever it is not filled. This 15 will come here. This 10 has been utilized. So 15, I'm entering it here. 1500, which I've not used it, I'm going to write it here as well. We are basically going to allocate the resources against the supply and capacity here. So this will be the solution for the matrix we have done. This is the allocation matrix we have done now. Any doubts here? You want me to explain it one more time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll do the one more time. Now this problem we have converted it into a matrix form. We have entered in the linear matrix form solution part for us. Now we'll start with the allocation part. In the allocation part, first in the problem itself, they have mentioned that we need to allocate 25 as our initial inventory. So that 25 I'm allocating here. So next, if you see, the capacity is 70. So, and I still realize that you have 150 left over. In 150, if you remove 25, it becomes 125. So I still have the amount to be allocated here. So I'm going to allocate 70 here. In 125, 70 goes, how much will it be pending? It's 55. So you have 55 here. So another, I'm going to allocate 15 here. So in 55, if you remove 15, you'll be left over with 40. So again, I'm going to allocate 40 here. So 25 has been allocated, 70 has been allocated, 15 has been allocated. In 750, you have allocated only 40. So remaining will be 710. So I'm just going to write the unused part here. Any doubts here?
No, ma'am.
No. So next we'll move on with period B. In the period B, availability, the demand is actually 75, but if you see, there's a huge amount of capacity which has been given us. According to that, we'll try to map it. So first for regular, we'll give the value as 65. Okay, 65 has been balanced. In 75, 65 goes, you left over with 10. Okay. So in 20, if 10 goes, I'm going to allocate 10 here. So 10 and 10 gets cancelled. So in 20, if 10 goes, you're left over with 10 here. So 10 will be unused here, right? And again, 1000 is also unused here. So I'm keeping it as it is. Any doubts here in the allocation of period B?
No, ma'am.
No. Next, we'll move on with period C. In the period C, if I see my demand is 80, but there is a huge amount of capacity here again. So I'm going to start doing with the allocations here. So first I will start with allocating 75. So you are left over with another 5. So in another 5, I will remove 5 and I will allocate it here. So 5 and 5 gets cancelled. So finally you are left over with 20 and 1250. Right? So first I will do the allocation with period D. Then I'll try to fill whatever it can be used. I'll try to apply it here Otherwise, I will keep it in the unused column here. Okay. So next, any doubts on the period C allocation?
No, ma'am.
No. Next, I'm going to do the allocations with the period D. In the period D, the regular time I have 80. So I'm going to allocate 80 here. Okay. So next I have 30. 80 plus 30 will be 110. So you have still some more value here. So 1500, I will just keep it as it. I'll not touch it before I try to allocate these two values here because it's a huge amount here. So you know that for subcontracting, you're only paying the charges. There is no other charges will be included. So we'll not touch it. So we'll try to fit in for other things which is given here. So you have 110 left over here with us. Sorry, in 125, 110. In 125, if you remove 110, how much is remaining? 15. Right? So this 15, I'll try to allocate here. This 10 is there, so I will allocate 10 here. So 10 and 10 is got cancelled. So you have another 5 here. In this 15, I'll remove 5. I'll allocate 5 here. So 5 gets cancelled. So you're finally going to be left over with 15. Okay. So whatever is unused, I'm going to write it in the unused column here. So in this, nothing is unused. In this, nothing is unused. In this, nothing is unused. Sorry, 750 ali 40 over there. So 710 will come as unused here. This is striked off. This is striked off. 1000 is unused. So I'm going to write 1000 in the unused part. 75 is gone. In 25, 15 is unused. I'm going to write 15, which is unused here. Okay. And even 1250 is also unused. I'm going to write it in the unused column here. In 80, 80 is used, 30 is used. Again, 1500 is unused. I'm going to enter it in the 1500 here. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Boys, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You can just go through it. If you have any doubts, you can get it clarified. Finally, when you try to add all these values here, right, you should get back this answer. Can somebody add 1500 plus
Yes, ma'am.
1250
Running
plus
for
1000 plus 710 plus 15? If you add, you should get 4475. That means your solution is correct. You have done the allocation correctly. Shall we do one more problem? Have you all copied this? Shall we do one more problem? Boys, are you taking it down?
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute.
Okay, take it down. Please let me know the moment you have taken it down. Boys, have you done? Shall we move on to the next problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Has everybody taken it down? Has everybody finished taking it down? Except Tarun is responding. Nobody else. What about Satish, Sanjay, Saksham Singh? Have you taken down the problem? Okay, this will be your second problem. I want you to take it down. Is it being shared? For the given data, allocate the production capacity to fulfill the request at lowest at the lowest cost. Supply capacity is being given, demand and inventory is being given, inventory details has been given. So I want you to take down this problem first. Is this tab shared with you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Please take down the problem. Should I scroll? Should I scroll?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you
Ma'am,
copied?
Can you scroll on that for 1 minute?
For sure.
No, the previous table, ma'am.
Sorry. Mhm. Yes, ma'am. One minute. Puppy, should I scroll it down? Chinmay done?
Yes, ma'am.
Those that finished completing, try to do your matrix formation. If you've done with your matrix formation, the rest is a very, very simple solution. Or shall we move on with the solution?
Yes, ma'am.
Like last time, I'm going to share the Word file again and then we will do it in the paint. Okay. See, for the same problem, it also has A, B, C, D. The period is in. It also has a regular time, overtime, and subcontracting. And also, if you see, the inventory details is also been given to us, right? So, can somebody tell me what is the inventory carrying cost that has been given to us? Initial inventory will be 0. What is the inventory carrying cost that has been given to us? It is there in the inventory details.
4, ma'am.
It is 4. So, inventory carrying cost will be 4, then 16, then, sorry, it is 8 and then 16. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. And then you have 16. What is the initial inventory you need to maintain? Initial inventory is how much? How much is the initial inventory given for us? Available initial inventory, how much?
50.
It is 50 units. Now, for period A, what is the cost that is being given? Regular time cost is given as 100, overtime cost is given as 50, and subcontracting cost is given as 175. Here also in the regular time cost, they're telling 50% cost is labor cost, right? So we will enter that. It is 100. You're trying to get it right from where I'm getting the statement? See, if you see here, Your regular time cost is 100, your overtime cost is 200, your subcontracting cost is 175. In this regular time also, they've given us a clause saying that 50% of the cost will be your labor cost. Shall we enter it now? Yes or no? Any
Yes, ma'am.
doubts here? Is anybody having a doubt here?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. Okay, now it is 100. In that 100, 50 will be unused. So I'm going to enter it 50 here. And how much is overtime? 140, is it? 200. And subcontracting cost is 175. Right? These values I'm going to fill it for period B and period C and period D. So what is the carrying cost that is being given to us? What is the carrying cost that is being given to us?
5 rupees.
5 rupees. So next for period B it will become 105. For period C it will become 110. For period D it will become 115. Any doubts here? I'm just going to add the carrying cost for this cost which they have given us. Shall I proceed? Clear? Please give me an input. Shall I proceed? Any doubts here?
No, ma'am.
No. So next carrying cost, how much will it be? 205, then 210, then it is 215. Okay. Then again here, how much will it be? 180, 185, and again here it will be 190. Okay. So I'm going to copy these two for period B and paste it here and copy this one, no, this one over here, and I filled my matrix. Any doubts here? As usual, we did a mistake. For subcontracting, should we add the cost? Subcontracting cost is always only the cost. We are not going to have any carrying cost over here. So this will be unused, will be 0. This will be 0. This will be again 50, 0, 0. Any doubts still here I have filled? Boys, any doubts? You want some time to take down or you want some time to do it? Boys, I'll do the problem, then I can post it in the Google Classroom. Then you can copy it down from here. But I have another 7 minutes left over. Shall we finish this problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll at least finish the matrix part. Next class we'll see the solution. Now under the capacity, what should I enter here? It is given in the table. For regular, what will be the capacity?
80.
It is 80. Then for overtime,
20.
it is given as 60.
20, ma'am. 20.
20. 20. Then for
1000.
1000. Then for
2000.
period 2000, is it? Sorry. For period B,
70,
70,
25,
then 25, then
2000,
again 2000, then for period
90,
C, 90, then
30,
30, then
3000,
3000. We are taking these values
85,
from the table. Okay. 85,
40,
then 40,
3000.
3000. Okay. Now only component that we have not filled is the demand component. So can we fill the demand component?
The total is 10,490.
10,490. Total is 10,490. Very good. Can we fill the demand part? So first demand is given as 200.
200,
Then
250,
250.
300,
Then
300,
sorry 300. Last one is
350.
350. Okay. So plus we need to add this 50 here, right?
This one,
So we will
400.
add 400. Now, first I will cross check how much is this to find enter in the unused column 10,490 minus sum of this. How much you're getting? 450 plus 300.
9,340.
How much?
9,340.
9,340. Okay, I don't want to hurry. In the next class, I'll continue with the allocation. I just want you to copy this matrix which we have framed here. Please try to understand the matrix. Whatever is given from the table format, we have converted into a matrix form so that I can do the allocation part. Copy down this. In the meantime, I'll take your attendance. Today's date is 19th. Sai Sumant, Abhishek GL, Abhishek Narayana, Adarsh V Desai, Ajay Sunil, Akram Anwar. Voice here, you can hear me, right? Akshay Jadhav, Alak,
Present, ma'am.
Ankit, Ashitesh,
Present, ma'am.
Vivan, Chinmay,
Present, ma'am. Ma'am, Chinmay Prasad present.
Okay, Chandan Swarup.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, Sai Suman, ma'am. I had to change my device, so I couldn't tell.
Chandan Swarup, Charishma, Darshan,
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am, Charishma is present. She's put it in the chat box. Her mic is not working.
Ibad,
Present, ma'am.
Govind Raju, Udajain Reddy, Purushottam, Ritik Shah,
Present, ma'am.
Jayan Pansali,
Present, ma'am.
Jitin Kumar,
Yes, ma'am.
Chaitanya,
Present, ma'am.
Karamjit Singh, Kartik Avasti,
Present, ma'am.
Kiran V, Mohammad Mastanullah, Mazin, Sharon, Narendra Sadanand, Nihal U. Shetty,
Yes, ma'am.
Nikhil, Nimla Vagnesh,
Yes, ma'am.
Nitin, Rajwal,
Yes, ma'am.
Prayag Vasudev,
Yes, ma'am.
Prince Prabhakar, Vincent,
Yes, ma'am.
Rakshit, Rishi,
Present, ma'am.
Sandeep P, Sanjay Gowda, Sanjay N, Satish
Yes,
Shankar, Sanjay N is there. Satish Shankar,
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Saurabh,
Yes, ma'am.
Shivam Kumar,
Yes, ma'am.
Shivam Sundriyal,
Yes, ma'am.
Shravan Saluja,
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Srinidhi, Siddharth A, Siddharth Asanu, Sudeep KS, Sunil Kumar G, Tarun,
Yes,
Vinay
ma'am.
J,
Yes, ma'am.
Vipin Singh,
Yes, ma'am.
Vivek S, Milan Chaudhary, Pranaya Lal Mulpatti,
Present, ma'am.
Saksham Singh, Akshat
Yes, ma'am.
BS, Saksham Singh is
Present,
it?
ma'am.
Saksham Singh is it?
Yes, ma'am.
No,
Yes, ma'am.
Akshat.
Present.
Akshat is also there. Okay. Chaitanya, Chaitanya, Mahesh, Nishant, Ramesh, Shashank, Sautik Roy,
Present, ma'am.
Zahir Hussain. Okay then. Please, those who can solve it. In the next class, we can have a discussion and move on with the next problem. In the next class, we'll continue with the allocation. Okay? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay then. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.